All right, I'll do some recording. Not sure where the boy is. He's somewhere. These will turn on without this thing changing up. Oh, look at that. Got some more light in here. Look at that. Yeah, you caught me in my bedtime attire here. There's just some sawed-off shorts. I don't know. I don't like doing things by the rules. I was just reading something on YouTube or on what do you call it? Making a YouTube channel on Reddit. I was reading it, a tarot channel, and they were like, I don't know, the quality thing. I know the quality thing is something left to be wanted for on this channel. I bet you. But we're not quite there yet. Eventually we'll have something standardized and maybe an intro mantra or something at some point. Yeah. Missing the Six of Swords there. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah, I was gonna do like keywords, redefining some words and stuff. Yeah, that's my leg bandage. Damn, that one was painful. When I was healing, it took about 2 weeks to heal. Oh my god, the first like 10 days, 12 days, so hard to walk. So hard to walk. Haven't read for a couple days. Here's that thing again. It's been following me around the last few days. King of Swords, Queen of Swords reversed, Seven of Swords. Hold on a second. Oh. Just want to blow my nose there a little bit so I don't have to be messing around with it whilst I'm trying to film a video for you guys. I don't like editing. I don't like editing. I don't want my... That's why I kind of like the tarot channel, because it's you're not supposed to edit it up that much, but I will eventually. So yeah, this is something to do with a war. That's what I was that was the first thing on the list there. War. Two of Swords, Five of Swords. What is with all the swords, guys? Both of those are reversed. We got Ten of Wands and the Hermit. This feels very much like the other day. That's a bunch. Hermit, Ten of Wands. Oh, Ace of Chalices with the Empress and the Five of Wands. Death and the Queen of Coins. Death reversed. What does this have to do with conflict, battle? It's like a battle of the sexes, because these are like the two hemispheres of your mind, the masculine, feminine. And it's like we are not we're not at ease. We're not at ease with the feminine aspect of the mind. We're still learning. We're still gaining experience on what it actually means. Why it's so conflictual, you could say. Two of Swords, Five of Swords. Something that we haven't become well versed in yet. Something that we haven't realized yet. Is the unpredictability. Five of Swords. Yeah. Backtracking. There's an element of backtracking here for the Empress. Hermit. Ow. Looks like these are like two tracks, you know? So one's going to the Empress, one's going to the Hermit. Perhaps. It's almost like some way that the masculine has to refrain from conceptualizing women towards, like, needs to be like ended, right? The Hermit goes that way. It's a lot of work for the women because there's an outpouring. It's like something they don't want to give up, and that's the excitement. The excitement. Five of Wands, right? You could call it they don't want to give it up with the Ace of Chalices reversed, the Empress. And over here it's like the man or male or whatever is like, it's like Death reversed, Queen of Coins, right? So it's like they gotta stop conceptualizing, thinking. It's like an unrealized. It's kind of like, you know how Freud always talked about like people being in love with their mothers, like men being in love with their mothers. That's what the energy is like here. It's like you gotta put that away. It's like this unexamined, right? Unexamined, the Hermit reversed. Like kind of viewing women that way as like a motherly figure, right? Like, is she gonna take care of me? And like that's all they think women are. It's the Queen of Coins, right? It's like this very like kind of nurturing, like blah blah blah. And it's like the actual Empress is more than that. So I don't know why my readings always come out like this. Like they're always like battle of the sexes type thing, you know? Maybe it's just the way I'm supposed to format my messages, but what about war, you know? Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, Five of Coins, and the Nine of Swords reversed. Page of Wands is reversed, Two of Wands, and Ace of Coins. I like my readings because I like doing them because they feel like puzzles to me almost. Whereas like I see a lot of readers out there and it just comes like through clear or whatever, you know, like more. That's what I was told by this reader. She was like, it's instantaneous or whatever with her. She's been doing it for like 40 years. This is the woman that was at that bookstore. She was like, yeah, you're too slow. But that's just how it works for me. Like, it's not, I think like if you're tapping into anything, right, that's how you have to do it, is like through the mind. And that's just how mine work. They're like mini puzzles or something like that a lot of the time. Two of Coins on the bottom reversed. Ace to the 2 there through the 5. there's just so much to it. There's so much to figure out, usually. Like, you don't see the back end of the story, right? You just hear the words that I'm speaking. Oh my gosh, I think I have to... I'm skipping the arm things to do this reading tonight. I'm just gonna do it in the morning or sometime. Something. It's like getting worse some days. I think it's getting better, but it's like everything seems to be slowly getting better. Even my head, even the acne is like slowly clearing up. Very slowly, but still gets outbreaks, breakouts. Knight of Coins. I think this is talking about necessity. There's a choice here. Two pathways. Page of Coins reverse or the Ace of Coins, right? There's two down here as well, though. Oh my gosh, it's 4 on 4. 4 swords and 4 of coins. 4 coins is upright. 4 swords is sideways. Speaking about something not being a choice. It's like a choice, but not a choice. Just don't think about it. You don't need to think about it, or it's like we're overthinking it. We are overthinking it. This 5 of coins is the war. It's like literally, if you turn it upside down, it's like looks like war, a W. With the 5 of coins stacked like that. It's the Knight of Coins. It's like wasteful energy. Something about not valuing life with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Coins. Not seeing the value of life, right? Because we're heavily invested in our own egos in that sense. What's the 9 of Swords? Tell me what the 9 of Swords is in this case. There's another 4. 4 of Chalices. Reversed. Oh. Facilitation. Knight of Coins. Because this seems to be about the 4 of coins down here, and not being something that we're considering. Tell me one more. 7 of Wands. Maybe not the 7 of Wands, but it's the 10 of Wands. This all talks about like, oh, it's stuck in between, right? Stuck in between. This is all like energy of being like delayed, held up, put on standby kind of thing, right? that's the effect that it's having. It's what is it? Desensitization. Yeah, it's desensitizing us. It's like when you're exposed to too much all the time, right? Seven of Wands reversed. You don't have that respect or whatever, right? You don't have that. It's like becomes part of the ego, like all of this. Like it's something that we don't see anymore because, like, yeah, we don't even consider it. It's not part of our makeup, really. A lot of it. Or we're struggling to see that. We're struggling to downward to the left, to the right. Left to the right. So, and then this is our also to the right, to the left, to the left, to the right. So it's all to do with the feminine aspect. Not having a stable heart, right? Not having a palace of the heart, right? All this, it's like a literal palace. This is the home. This is what we want it to be. Four of coins, like I mentioned. But the mind palace and the heart, we call it the heart castle. The heart castle. It's four of chalices. They haven't been like constructed yet, or it's like it's not conceptualized yet, like how to arrange that, or like what is like legitimate in terms of. I think what happens is like people have so much, like they believe in emotion, you know, like to the degree where that's how the wars kind of start. It's like you did that and you did this, and I can't believe that, so I'm gonna get retaliation, and like it's all like to do with emotional stuff, right? To start with, it's like you react. I don't know. It seems like it's the emotions first, right? But typically, I think what happens is it just happens so quickly in the mind. It's like your associations in the mind, they like cause triggering events emotionally, but it happens like so quickly that it feels like the emotion is happening first, you know. So that's what happens in terms of wars, is like people become emotional about it, and we really haven't figured that out yet. We haven't figured out where it's all stemming from. Yes, the triggering event in the mind, right? That's coming through there. These are facilitation points. Apathy, apatheticness, apatheticness. Anyways, moving on. It's like they haven't constructed it so we can't like stand stable within any of it enough yet to see the point, or like to see that point right there. Nine of chalices. It's like, I think they had to, this thing had to happen so I could drop the cards way faster. I was like getting too long-winded with the card shuffling for previous incarnations of myself. Goodness, what is going on here? They all kind of came out sideways a little bit. Got the Nine of Chalices, the Queen of Chalices, the Six of Coins, Seven of Chalices. Now we're all into the chalices. Sun, downwards again. I'm just going to let it fall natural, I think. Seems like, instead of trying to arrange things too much. There's the Seven of Swords again. Alright. I think we're almost there. 6, 9. 9 of Swords again. Devil, the Queen of Swords. With the Moon and the Page of Chalices in between the Moon and the Sun. I pointed this light up. So I don't know, I've got a lot of little filler lights going on here. I haven't even lit up the moon yet here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that orange strip. I think I'm going to put it behind the vase so it like turn that on and it like kind of bounces off the vase a little bit. My plan. Got a lot of crazy blister action going on right now. I think I gotta like, yeah, everything feels so sensitive right now. Still, hopefully I don't get any blisters here. It's like puffing up here, where I have to like stretch out the skin, I guess. Skin attaches to the graft right there. It's like puffing out. I got like one thing opening up there. A few on the back here to cover it with something. Good thing, still covered. So we still got a lot of blood coming out of the wrist still. It's all still very uncomfortable, I tell you. I'm trying my best, trying to stay motivated, people. Alright, I think we gotta keep shuffling. The 9 of Swords, 9 of Chalices, opposition. Queen of Swords, Queen of Chalices. Funny. Queen of Swords with her 9 of Swords, and then the Queen of Chalices with her 9 of Chalices. Oh my god, the 7 is there, and the 7 is there. Crazy. 7 of Swords, 7 of Chalices. Oh my gosh. And then the 6 is underneath with the Devil sideways. I'm talking about war, hey? He's captured our success. He's captured our... Oh, I need a thesaurus. I need a thesaurus for this. Start reading a thesaurus. He's captured our sovereignty, really. 6 of Pentacles there. The Moon, Page of Chalices, and the Sun. With the 7 of Chalices. Reversed. 7 of Chalices. This feels like something that we don't know well enough. Like it's something that we we don't. Yeah, based on what the last one is about, right? It's like something that we don't know well enough to like express openly. Page of Chalices, the Sun reversed, right? Something that we keep inside is our ignorance around chalices. What's in the cup? Substance, right? We don't know enough about the substance. And it's something to do with like our own inability to see. Like it doesn't fit into our logic system, our reversed system of logic, in opposition to that Queen of Chalices, Nine of Chalices. It's like actually knowing oneself to the core, right? It's like the Queen of Swords aspect. Is what are we held up with then? Predefinitions. Not predefinitions. What is that word again? It's like when you're distracted. Preconceptions. It's like pre-programming, preconceptions. It's like something to do with that. Seven of Swords. It's like the things that we've like allowed ourselves to come around and believe, basically. You know, when you get stubborn on a point and it's like then somebody just kind of immediately proves you wrong. It's like, oh fuck, you know? That's that feeling there. That's what that is. Seven of Swords. Where like you're stuck in your own preconceived ideas, notions around things. It's like you don't want to give them up with the devil, right? You don't want to go to the other side. There. That's what's holding us back from like our actual like success. That's not a 7, isn't it? It's a 6, I thought so. It's 8 of Swords. Opposed the Sun. So I think it's talking about like actually like moving on from the 7, right? So that would be the thing to do. Would be to like expose oneself, start the process of understanding your emotional base and kind of releasing the hold, releasing, yes, with the devil, releasing the hold of like this reliance. It's a reliance, like a egoic reliance, right? The ego is like holding on to your Queen of Swords here, pulling it downward always. So it's like that's a holding on. That's like something that you don't want to let go of and kind of like dive into understanding this other side of things, such as like the emotional makeup of things, but in the sense of authenticity. What is the emotional authenticity? We haven't like, this is what I was thinking about, was that like, because people think the emotions are real in a sense, or like it's not that they're not real or whatever, it's just that how real are they, you know, like if you're the one generating them in a sense, then are they authentic? You know, when you go out and you try to like stimulate an emotional experience, you know, like this is great and blah blah blah, it's like you're making that happen, right? So it's like, how authentic is the experience, if you know what I mean, like, or if you're picking up what I'm throwing down. It's like spontaneity is plays into something I'm like kind of talking about here, you know. So it's like you don't have to be a fucking robot. It's just don't try and like make your world about feeling good or whatever, right? Because that never leads in the end. That always kind of like then you are living in the polarity, because it's like you're attached to the emotional set, right? Where it's like these queen and these they are not attached. You know, they're like there's a gap there, but it's still an authentic state rather than like a self-deceiving state. So we have to wisen up around that and start that journey of understanding like there are forms of emotion that are impractical. There's an impracticality here, Seven of Chalices, that's hiding, that's eluding us. The moon, right? Around that kind of like journey or like subset of this process, right? Okay. Maybe just one more. Maybe we'll do one more. I'll see if this thing is still recording first, though, because I'm down to my last 4 gigs, guys. We're at half an hour here. I think one more. Maybe I should do one more. This is the problem. My sister told me, do it shorter, but, like, I don't know. How do I, like, I need to do short and long ones. I need to do all kinds of ones. So I gotta, like, practice doing shorter, faster ones. Maybe just like do singular reads, and like that'll be that. You can like chop it up. Like maybe I should just do that. Like just edit it, but like chop it up. I need a better editor though, one that doesn't like leave watermarks and stuff. Because the CapCut started doing that. I don't know if I can say CapCut on here. I think they got the AI checking all your video. So if you start speaking heretically, then they come after you, or they like censor your video or something, or just don't show it to the world or whatever. Oh my god. This next change is gonna be brutal, I think. This next dressings changes here. I thought I'd put some jojoba oil on my arms. But that might be nice. But I was about to buy some, but it was like full of all this other oils and stuff. Gosh, it's so sensitive right here on the inside of my. Imagine like me trying to bend it. It's still so sensitive. It's like painful to bend. Still, it's like slowly getting there. I went on this swing set today. 5 of Wands. 9 of Swords again. It's upright this time. The Fool, the 3 of Coins. The Fool is downward, to the right, to the left. And these are to the left, to the right. Something about lacking self-leadership. Something about lacking death. 10 of Wands. Lacking self-leadership. I think we gotta break out those wider decks pretty quick here, so I can like stretch out my hands more. I think that'll help with the fine finger movements. Page of Wands opposed to these downwards. 10 of Wands. This is talking about the process. Something that you don't. It's like the achieving enlightenment, really. 9 of Swords, upright. It's too late to do it after dying. The death. If the death has come, then it's too late. Before you finish, before you work out all the madness, before you work out all the internal struggle, the war, right? What's that, the war? It's the 5 of Wands. It is the war card too. reversed. Nine of coins. Two of chalices. I think it's saying the biggest part, or a major part, is like how much one loves capital. Nine of coins reversed. It's like the capital point is a big part of it. This is the self-leadership process that the Fool is lacking the mental capacity for. This is why, because like doing it, it's full of like roadblocks. Five of Wands, Ten of Wands. It's like a long road full of roadblocks. It's true, and it's something that like must be done, or is like done till you're dead. But it's like something that one neglects or doesn't want to do. Like it's not something that is a pleasant journey. Page of Wands reversed, kind of like downward. Like you don't want to do it in your mind. in your mind is like not something you're looking forward to. But like the biggest chunk I've noticed is like getting past the money point, getting past, because you have to release that kind of like attachment, love for the corrupt money system. Nine of coins, right? I think that's a big part of the war point too. Since we didn't really cover too much, and maybe I'll do those redefinitions another time. We got a little bit into this one, but it's gonna have to be more focused at some point. Yeah, that's big part of it, is like how attached are you to the money theory system, because you have to let go. You have to let go of everything. That's the ego thing. It's like all outcomes, all future and past kind of like attachment points, right? Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, sideways. I thought that was the last one. That was supposed to be the last one. This is the last one. I just like to read once I get started. There's the Knight of Coins reversed again. Six of Wands, Knight of Wands. Page of Swords, the Empress reversed. The Emperor sideways. And the Town. So why am I missing something here? It's the Hermit. Ow. It's like researching. Because like I think that's what, yes, when you allowed the money system to infect your entire being, the Town, it's like it's the makeup. It's like the fingerprint, the mental fingerprint. It's perpendicular to like standing in one's like actual kind of, what would you call it, self-respect. Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, right? Page of Swords, Empress reversed. You can't have either of these things without self-respect, because the Empress is held in a state of like Page of Swords, so you're missing all of the mental part of it as an Empress. And the Emperor, if feels like it's like sleeping. He's sleeping on himself because he's like doesn't have his purpose figured out, right? He's not standing in like self-respect because he's not like hasn't figured out this Knight of Swords, Six of Swords thing yet. Haven't investigated that. It's like all everything, your entire being is just like consumed by the monetary model, right? So I think that we never get there in that case. It's always like pushing it down the road. You know, we don't investigate. We don't become clear. The men aren't in a position, they're sleeping, so they can't like they can't constructively like instruct the women in terms of like logic in such a way that's like speaking to them in their own language at the same time, you know, so that they're not like feeling like it's a mansplaining type of situation, you know, because you have to like speak emotionally to women. That's just how it goes, right? That's just part of the whole moving us together along as one. We'll do one more. This one's a bit of a longer one. Sorry, people. Maybe I just need to like chop it up and make them into smaller ones, and then shorts. You chop it up even more. Queen of Wands. Okay. I always like ending on the Queen of Wands. It's like very, I don't know. It's like, it's almost like a prayer or something. Ace of Wands. Sideways. Wands, Ace of Wands. 5 of Wands in the middle. 6 of Chalices. Moon. 2 of Chalices. Nine of Chalices and the Strength. Okay. Six, right? 6. 6, 9. 2. Oh. Oh, I think it's talking about forcing. Because like it's something about here being like perceived as like the way that it has to be fought for. Like subconsciously we think that like real love only exists if we fight for it. 5 of Wands. I think this is the tying into the war point. You know, like some sick part of us is like thinking like, I don't see anything about sickness here, but like just the strength. Maybe it is strength reversed. Sick with the strength reversed on the Queen of Wands, right? It's like sees it as weak if we don't fight for it, like fight for the love or whatever, right? kind of like says it right there. It's like you got to like kill to love or something like that, you know? But this is what it's saying is in actuality, the sanctity of it is not dependent. Two of Chalice is not undependent on force, right? You can't force it. You can't force the authenticity. Six of Chalices, right? This is somewhat of a imposter. Nine of Chalices sideways. Something that's dependent on the Five of Wands. Subconsciously, that's what we're like viewing it as, right? And it's some kind of like sick, perverted version of ourselves there, where we crave power still. We crave the strength still. So I feel like we need to impose it. We need to like create it. It's not something that is arriving at us in a natural sense, right? Because we're forcing it. It's not something that can be forced. The authenticity of the, you could say like things that happen to us, the experiences that happen to us, you know? It's definitely not, I think it's like something I'm still working through when figuring out what is practical emotion, you could say. Like practical emotionality. Some people I know say you can't have any, or it's like if you have any kind of like experience like that it's not real. But I seem to beg to differ when it's like something that is you're not generating it in any way, you know? Like when somebody tells it's hard to see. I'm still investigating. I still am, because it's like if somebody tells a joke or something like that and you laugh at the joke, it's kind of like you have to know all of the reasons why it's funny, right? And a lot it depends on like what kind of person you are, I guess, depending on the type of joke that's being told. But like a lot of jokes can be traced back to like points of like ego attachment points, you could say. So that would still be within the realm of something that is triggering within the mind, which creates the emotion, right? So I'm still investigating. But it just has something to do with nothing being forced. Again, you can't force authenticity, right? It's just like who you are. And when you're trying to like get back to a point of like who are you without the ego, it's like pretty uncharted territory at this point in history, right? People don't actually actively take up that 10 of Wands, right? That journey to the end. So, still figuring it out. But I hope you're enjoying the ride, and whoever's watching, whoever will watch in the future, now. But I guess we'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll be a little bit more cleaned up again next time we talk. But I'm gonna try and keep doing this as often as I can. And yeah, we'll continue. Good night. All right. I need to get a button for this so I don't have to all this craziness.